past year, I've reached out to a number of poets and critics of some renown, hoping that they would read my work and offer comment. They have universally paid their dues and praised my work and offered me encouragement, and for this I am thankful. However, each of them, and I do mean each of them, has made a complaint, in fact the same complaint, that my work is outdated. I would like to discuss this, focusing today upon Elision, which each of them had mentioned. Now, is Elision outdated? Let's find out. So, Elision, for those not in the know, is the removal of a vowel sound, usually a vowel sound, from a word. In daily speech, we do this essentially to preserve our rhythm, to quicken the process. Listen to yourself as you say to or as or the, and even if, and other words like this. You'll, I believe, rarely do less than quicken the vowel. Poets do this first and foremost to preserve meter, and secondly to reflect, our speech. So why is this called outdated? Well, it's interesting that we're told that contemporary poetry is written in the real language of women and men today, which would call for such elisions, so that can't be it. The other possibility I've discovered, and this is something that's difficult to say about people who are widely published and respected, is that I believe they're reading Elision wrong. And I say this because I've read their essays in which they discuss Elision. In fact, I can go further than this. A poet laureate, no less than a poet laureate, responding to my work, said that my use of truncated words had went out of style in the 18th century. First of all, the 18th century aspect is wrong. That change didn't occur until the early 19th century. Secondly, the word isn't truncated, for God's sake, it's elided. For a poet laureate to not know the basic terminology of his craft is honestly sort of shocking. Well, it would be if I weren't already aware of the state of things. So, I would like to review the use of elision in some poetry. We're going to do Shakespeare. And we'll see if it sounds old-timey. So this is Edgar speaking in King Lear. King Lear, by the way, is probably my favorite of Shakespeare's plays. Edgar is the villain. Very interesting character. He says that we the pain of death would hourly die rather than die once, taught me to shift into a madman's rags to assume a semblance. And let's go to then Hamlet in Claudius. Claudius says, therefore our sometime sister, now our queen, the imperial jointress to this warlike state, etc. Now both of those quotes contained elided words. Now, I ask you, did to assume or the imperial state sound old-timey? I think that they probably didn't.